Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking. We will be landing in Phnom Penh, Cambodia shortly. Your tour guide will bring you to one of the most famous places here, which is the Preah Vihear temple.
ជំរាបសួរទៀងអត់គ្នាខ្ញុំឈ្មោះជីនថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំនឹងនាំអ្នកទៅប្រាសាទភៀវិហារខ្ញុំនឹងនាំអ្នកពីទីក្រុងប្រូកូវីដ19បន្ទាប់មកនឹងភាសាអង់គ្លេស So the temple is actually situated on top of the Preah Vihear mountains itself, Chomsant, Cambodia. So the temple has been one of the most important pilgrimage for the Manila, that it has actually become one of the most spectacular temple settings in Cambodia, built in the 6th century long Khmer Empire. The temple is built by 7 successful Khmer monarchs, starting with Yasovarman I and ending with Suryavarman II. So meaning that Yasovarman I actually started building the temple in the 9th century, and then Suryavarman II finished the building in the 11th to 12th century. The temple is actually built on a natural border between Cambodia and Thailand. That's why in 1962, the ICJ, which is the International Court of Justice, they actually ruled that the temple belonged to Cambodia and Thai troops had to retreat. So the temple was initially dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva in his manifestations as the mountain god. But then the temple was eventually converted to Buddhism in the 12th century after the Khmer state became a Buddhist sanctuary. So let's talk about the structure. So the temple has 4 levels and 5 gopuras, which are also the monumental entrances to the temple. What's really surprising about this temple is the temple actually goes by the back first to the front. So today we are going to go from Gopura 5 back to Gopura 1. So at the start of the Gopura 5, you will go up a very long flight of stairs, and as a reward you get to see the 7-headed Naga snakes, which are also called the Ngu Shuang, and they are actually the protectors of this temple. So eventually you're gonna walk to Gopura 4 in about a 500-meter distance, and then there you're gonna see 2 ancient reservoirs, which is a large barrage, which is also a water cistern, and a small pavilion. Just a fun fact, the Khmer people actually love building artificial ponds, lakes, and moats. So if you want to build one on top of the Preah Vihear mountain, there'll be no exception at all. Did you know that the water cistern and the small pavilion mentioned earlier is used for spiritual ceremonies? We're gonna continue to Gopura 3 now. So in a cruciform plan, this Gopura is actually followed by the east and the west galleries. So both sides of this Gopura are actually libraries, and the structure of this Gopura is actually in a very good condition. So we're going to talk about the last 2 Gopuras, which is Gopura 2 and Gopura 1. This is also called as the main gate. So the main gate is actually used for high-ranking supreme deities only, and most of the structures of the temple has collapsed, but however it is a very weird layout for a Khmer temple. The temple is also made of a lot of wood. That's why from the photos you can see a lot of exposed columns. So fun fact, the original shrine in the temple couldn't be found anymore, but then there are some new hidden shrines around the temple today. So lastly, the temple is actually certified by UNESCO, which is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organizations, and it has been a World Heritage Property since the 7th of July 2008. So as this year marks its 13th anniversary, the temple still remains an attractive place for tourists till today. That's all for my tour. Orkun!
Thank you for your visit. We hope you had a great trip. We'll be departing for Kuala Lumpur in a few moments, so please buckle your seatbelts as we are preparing for taking off.